Hello to all my cherry bombs. It is me, Cherry, and I'm back with another video which has been so long awaited because I've been on this hiatus. I've been taking a break off social media, but I am back. I'm ready to record, and y'all have been asking the story time that I'm about to tell you guys. Y'all have been asking me for this story for probably like a year at this point, and I'm about to tell it. So if this is your first time on my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up so that more people can find my content and my channel, and also turn on post notifications because I am sporadic as with how I post, and if you don't have them on, you will miss me. So before I get into this story time though, I just want to shout out some really dope black owned brands that I am really feeling at the moment and that I want you guys to go check out because they are super amazing. So before we get into this video, I am just going to take a moment to tell you guys about some of these brands. So the first one that I want to tell you guys about is Glow Getter, and what I have from Glow Getter is, can y'all see this? It's trying to focus on my face instead of the bottle. Y'all, my nails are trash right now, okay, so just ignore my nails. But if y'all can see this, oh my god, my nails are so bad. It is called Glow Getter, and this is a oil that you can use on your face and other areas to hydrate. But also what I've noticed is there is another, before I tried the Glow Getter, there is a brand called Amari Beauty, and that's where I first discovered these oils. And I was breaking out so bad at the time that I discovered these, and I just, like, my whole face was just like probably the worst breakout that I've had in a minute, just from stress. I was going through a situation with a toxic nigga and I was stressed and I was breaking out, so I started using this oil, and literally it cleared my face up, you guys, in a week. That's all I used. So Amari Beauty sells these oils as well, and they're so dope. But then also so does Glow Getter. So I really like this, and then I like how the bottle, it has these little flower petals and whatnot in it, and honestly that's what drew me to even want to try them, because they were just so aesthetically pleasing that I was like, oh, I want to try it. And then I actually ended up really liking the product as well. And then I also got from Glow Getter it's a soap bar that kind of mimics, I don't know if y'all can see it, it mimics that oil that I just showed you. Honestly, it's really good for getting rid of dark spots, you guys, putting hydration back into your skin, because my skin was dried out and looking crazy, and I tried this stuff and I'm in love with it. So these oils have been something that I've been using for a minute now, probably about 2 months, and yeah, I've been getting great results. I wish I would have taken a picture of what my skin looked like before it cleared up after I started using the oils, but I was really self-conscious about it, so I didn't. And then the next one that I really want to tell you guys about is a brand called Souvenir. And y'all, where do I even start with this? This stuff is, like, everything that she sent me is dope. I like to use, and it's stuff that I've been actively using. So but I tried to keep the bottles kind of nice because I was like, oh, I want to do the review first, but I was, you know, I couldn't wait, so I've been using this stuff. But so the first thing is a bath and body massage oil. So it is this. Can y'all see this? It's a bath and body massage oil. So this I like to use after I get out of the shower. It's really good. It's really hydrating for my skin, and it does amazing. The next thing is a body polish. And I love the packaging of this stuff too. The next thing is a body polish that you can use, as well. It's very natural, so that's why it looks like that. It's very natural. So the body polish, honestly, the smell of the body polish reminds me of I want to say Just For Me, the Just For Me hair product from when I was a kid. I like it. And then I also got this Yoni polish. Okay, so the Yoni polish I feel like is something I wish I would have known about before I went. So I got my first wax, and y'all will see that because I did a whole luxury pamper weekend video, and I got my first wax. And when I did it, I ended up buying, and that was before I realized about the souvenir. That was before then. So I got this whatever they give you to put on after you wax, and it's supposed to make sure that you don't get like, it's supposed to fade your dark spots and whatnot. But Souvenir, you can use this in replacement of that. Okay, so literally I didn't have to pay freaking, I literally didn't have to pay 40 bucks for what I got, because I wish I would have just known about this. Then I got this body souffle. And honestly too, what I really like about these products is everything has it's like affirmations on each bottle. So this one says, I'm proud of my body and its flaws because I am gentle and nurturing to myself. And lastly, I got, and it's also cute because I got this with everything too, you guys. So it came with like an information card about everything. She wrote me a little message, which I feel like is so freaking sweet. She wrote me a message and I really enjoyed reading it. And then on the back of that card too is also another information card. And then lastly, I have this yoni oil, and the yoni oil is similar to what I showed you for the oil that I like to use on my face, except this you can use on your cat, and your cat gonna be baby gonna be sitting, baby gonna be right. Okay, you can use this. She be so bitch, she be so smooth, you don't be know how to act. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Real smooth, real delectable. Okay, so anyway, now I'm done being nasty. And then lastly, I do want to say I am working on a website for my new jewelry and accessory line, you guys. So if you all are wondering where I got the necklace that I'm wearing, it's so pretty. It's so fucking pretty. Okay, if y'all are wondering where I got the necklace I'm wearing, or this one that I'm wearing, or even the headband that I have on, all three of these things are a part of my new accessory and jewelry line. I have shades, necklaces, headbands, rings, earrings, anything you can think of that is accessories, jewelry, just super swaggy, super cool pieces that I wanted to bring together because I want to help you look like a rich bitch without having to pay those prices. Okay, so that is why I started with this jewelry line, because I'm like, why not just help all you guys out all together and just make a whole site where you all can find all the jewelry and accessories that you need to feel like literally like an industry girl, like you're part of the, like you're living that industry lifestyle without the industry prices. So the name of my accessory and jewelry line is called Industry Babe. I hope that you all add me on Instagram, add it on Twitter, and please look out for my website. My website is dropping on the 1st of August. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys. And the earrings are Shein though. Don't quote me on the earrings. The earrings are Shein. But everything else that I'm wearing, as far as my necklaces and as far as my headband, is a part of my new line of jewelry and accessories called Industry Babe. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys. I already have the Instagram up and Twitter, so please add me on those, and let's get right into this story. And just know that at the end of this video, I will be including a list of Black-owned brands and businesses that you guys can go and check out and fuck with, because they're dope, you guys. People want to copy us because honestly, Black people, we are that girl. Okay, we are that girl. We be setting the trends. We honestly, we are the foundation. Okay, and I want you all to have access to the foundation. So at the end of this video, check that out. I will have a list. And I also changed my outro song. It is an artist that I just recently discovered named Dirty Blonde. His music is so dope. I want you guys to check that out too. Run his streams up, and let's get into this story, you guys. Now I'm done ranting. Yes, so, oh, and okay, one more. This is my last one. I'm so sorry. This is my last one. The hair that I have in right now, this hair that I have in is Amella Hair. I'm in love with it, and honestly, I wouldn't tell y'all I wasn't if I wasn't, but I'm in love with it. It is flowy, it's nice. I got it in a 22. It is a 13x4 frontal wig. I am very in love with it. The lace is not thick. That's one of the things that I look for when I get wigs. I don't like thick lace. So the lace isn't thick, and this is actually, I've been wearing this hair since this past Saturday or Friday, and today is, or maybe honestly maybe I even put this hair on Thursday, and today is Wednesday. So I've had this hair for almost a week and I really like it. They did their thing. So please make sure that you check out Amella Hair. I'll have their links below, along with links for everything else that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. And let's get right into this story. So this story takes place when I was in cosmetology school, y'all. So when I was in cosmetology school, I think people always feel like in cosmetology school it would be so messy or so full of drama because it's all females. But honestly, I've said this before in a video where I was talking about just, you know, going to cosmetology school and what you learn and whatnot. My school was not messy and it did not have a lot of drama. So it's actually surprising that this happened because it just was not a catty school. Like, everybody got along, it was good vibes, we'd be cracking jokes the whole time. Like, it was just chill. Like, my cosmetology school was just super chill. So we had this one teacher though, and this teacher was messy, honestly. She was super messy, and I was in denial about it for the longest because this was my favorite freaking teacher in the school. So I was just in denial about the fact that she was a messy bitch. But she was my messy bitch, so I was fucking with her. But it came back to bite me in the ass, and that's what I get. So I'm going to name her Miss Maya. So Miss Maya was probably like in her maybe like mid-40s. She was, honestly, what I will say, she was a go-getter. She was a boss. She was always, you know, bossed up about her money, and she would be putting us on game. But she also had a tendency to just overshare. Like, she would tell us the type of things to where it's like a teacher should not be telling their body of students because it should stay between the administration and whatnot. But she would just be going on these rants and telling us things that we as students probably were not supposed to know. And at the time, because, you know, we had certain concerns or things that we wanted to vent about too, it would just turn into a big vent session, and everybody would just be going in on things that they just, you know, particularly didn't like, which she would be doing too. But as a teacher, you can't really participate in that, so it kind of just created a messy environment. So Miss Maya, okay, y'all, that's the background on her. So what happened was, and when I say we got our teacher fired, I really can't even say we got her fired, because she kind of got herself fired with just saying way too much and just doing a lot of this. Basically though, what was the icing on the cake, because they had been trying to get her out, was that there was a week before we had to do like our state board practice. Okay, so at the end of every semester at that school, we would do a state board practice, and it would legit be, you would come, you had to be there on time, you had to wear your badge, you had to be super, you know, you could not talk during the duration of the whole test. It was super serious, and that is how we prepared ourselves to go to take the state boards in Raleigh. So this was like maybe a week or two before we had state board practice, okay? And what happened was, we essentially, okay, so when you do the state board test, it's long, it takes like 4 hours. So when we have practice, it would be a 4-hour practice. You would be standing up for 4 hours, and it was in order to prepare us for the real deal. So it wasn't like oh, we're taking breaks, we're doing this, we're doing that. It was none of that. It was very serious. This is state board, and we're about to thug this out. So Miss Maya, I guess, had taken it upon herself to want to knock some of the things for our state board practice off the list at earlier dates, so that when it came to us actually taking our end of semester state board exam with our school, it wouldn't take us as long. And what I mean by that is, there are certain sections of the state board, and she had decided that we were going to complete some of these sections before our like actual day of the whole state board, so that instead of having to do like 4 different sections, we would knock it down to like maybe like 2.5, or knock it down to 3. So, which you were not supposed to do. So because we were not supposed to do that, it was kind of like a, we're keeping this under wraps, like the, you know, type deal. And it's not like a, like, you're not supposed to do it as in like you can get a penalty for it. It's just more so because our school had it set up to where we're supposed to be practicing state board as identical to the actual test as possible. We weren't supposed to be trying to complete sections before the actual test, but we was with it. We was all with it, okay? So she had told everybody the day of, she was like, you know, y'all need to make sure, the night before. So we all had a group chat. Our teacher and us, we all had a group chat, the whole class. And the night before, she just reminded everybody like to make sure you're on time. We're doing state board tomorrow. You know, this is the rundown. This is the section that we're going to be working on. Y'all need to be on time, or else you cannot participate in this drill. And essentially, if somebody is not on time and they can't participate in the drill, then that means the day of, you have to go through that section for that 1 or 2 people that were not on time. So that's why she was stressing the fact that we need to be there when we need to be there. So what had happened was, okay, in the nature of Charlotte traffic being Charlotte traffic, because nobody can drive and it's just trash, me and one of my friends had ended up being late. And so we walk in and Miss Maya is like, y'all need to you know, we walk in and we're trying to set up. She's like, y'all don't even need to set up. Y'all need to go back outside and just wait in the break room because you can't participate in this. Which, okay, cool beans. Like, I understand. I was late, my friend was late, cool, we can't participate. But she was irritated, and you could tell she was irritated because she has specifically the night before said y'all need to be on time. So we go and we wait in the break room. We had another friend who was on time, but that friend, I guess, had stepped out to talk to us for a second. And when she stepped out to talk to us, Miss Maya kicked her out too. So now you have 3 of us who can't participate in the state board practice, and the day that we have to do the rest of the exercises, we're gonna have to go over this section for the 3 of us. So rightfully so, you know, she was salty. I don't blame her. We was dead ass wrong. She warned us the night before. A bitch was still late. So we had decided, we were like, okay, well, since we can't participate and they're going to be doing this for the next hour or so, we are going to go get breakfast. Why not? We're going to clock out and we're going to go get breakfast. So we do that. We come back and we're in the break room and we're eating, and this is like towards the end of, like, this is, they had finished the section that they're working on by now. And so we were like, I think they were in the last, like, they were cleaning up because we had somebody coming to speak at the school that day. So they're cleaning up from their exam. We're in the break room and we're eating. Miss Maya comes in the break room and she tells us to clean up our food. And at this point, we had just started eating and nobody else was ready yet because they all had to clean up. So we had at least like 10 minutes to where we could have sat there and ate our food and been fine. But she was trying to be petty, so she was like, y'all need to clean up y'all food. So we took a couple more bites. We start cleaning up the food. So basically what happened was, I think from what I remember, I wish I could remember like detail for detail what happened, but Miss Maya had basically said that we weren't listening to her and we gave her pushback on cleaning up the food, and we didn't stop eating when she told us to stop eating, and we sat there and we finished our food and all this other stuff, and we were just being so disrespectful, which none of that was the case. We literally took a couple more bites, as I feel like anybody would, and then we started proceeding to clean up the food because we can just eat it later. It's fine, it's cool. So she had went and got our, like, the supervisor of the whole program. I'm gonna call her Miss Camille. So she goes, she gets Miss Camille, and she's like explaining to Miss Camille that we are so disrespectful and we just weren't trying to clean up our food, and we sat there and intentionally ignored her and all this other just beefing up the story. And so I'm just like, oh, you really feeling some type of way? Okay. And then I'm feeling some type of way too, because I'm like, dang, like, okay, I get it, we fucked up, we were late, but you supposed to be like, you our favorite teacher, you supposed to be our girl, like we ain't never had no problems with you, we ain't never had no issues with you, we always come in here and do what we need to do, we do what we're told, and it's never an issue. So this one time, because you're mad and you're salty that you're gonna have to go through this portion of the test again, now it's this big issue. And she was so quick to turn on us. I was like, wow, like, are you for real? And I should have known, because in messy fashion, she used to be telling people business from one student to the other student, and just real wishy-washy, and one of those people that you had to keep your eye on. But I was just, again, in denial. So I was not expecting her to just turn on us the way that she did when this situation happened. So she tells Miss Camille that, and Miss Camille is like, you know, pulls us aside, she talking to us, you know, what happened, whatever. Cool, squash that. We go to the seminar of the person that was, it was like somebody who was a professional hairstylist, maybe up here in New York or something, and they had come down south to talk to us. And so we're sitting in that seminar, okay? So we're sitting in there, and we had another teacher, I'm gonna call her Miss Alba. Miss Alba was a Karen, one of those white women who was just very super anal, super by the book, annoying as hell, always just like so anal. I'm just like, girl, like breathe, like always just walking around like she had like a freaking stick up her ass at all times. So we're in there, and when you would go through the different levels of cosmetology, you would get different teachers for the different levels. So Miss Alba was the beginner level, so our whole first semester we were with her annoying ass. We had her and one other teacher, because each level you had 2 teachers. So the other teacher, I'm gonna just call her Miss R. Miss R was cool, we loved her to death, that's my girl to this day. I got her on Facebook, everything, love her. But anyway, so Miss Alba was annoying as fuck. So we're in a seminar, whatever, and me and my friends who had been kicked out or whatever beforehand we're in the back, and I'm just like, wow, like Miss what do I call her, Miss Maya? I'm like, Miss Maya really wilding today, like that's crazy, like that's really fucking crazy. But you know, we listened to the seminar or whatever. Y'all, I pull out, it was a Bojangles bag, okay? I literally had like a piece of my biscuit left, okay? I open the bag, I'm all the way sitting in the bag, I open the bag and I pull out this little piece of this biscuit and I stuff it in my mouth as I'm listening. I don't disturb nobody. The whole class does not turn around to look at me eat this motherfucking goddamn biscuit, okay? I'm just trying to get fed. I had it was like maybe this big of a piece of biscuit. I won't bother nobody, okay? So anyway, as y'all can see, I'm salty. I'm still salty. I pull out my damn biscuit. I put my little piece in my mouth. In typical Miss Alba fashion, here this bitch go, come around the corner. Excuse me, you're not supposed to be eating that. You're not supposed to be eating in here. She's making like this big fuss because I took one motherfucking bite. Okay, a bitch was hungry. We used to be in cosmetology school early in the morning, like early as fuck. Sis, let me get a biscuit, damn. So anyway, Miss Alba making a big deal, whatever, you're not supposed to be eating in here. And I'm like, I turn around and I'm just like, I literally took one bite, it'll be fine. Y'all, this bitch go and get security to basically, it's like, oh, you know, she's not being cooperative. And at this point, my one bite would not have disturbed the classroom, but now you're disturbing the whole classroom because you decided to make a big deal that I took a bite out of a motherfucking biscuit head ass bitch. And now the whole shit is being disrupted, and the speaker is like trying to keep on speaking, trying not to be like awkward about the fact that all this commotion is going on in the very back of their seminar. And Miss Alba goes to get security, and it becomes this thing to where security doesn't only grab me. They come and they want to grab me and the other two girls that originally had got kicked out of the first activity of the day, talking about some, oh, you know, they're being distracting. And mind you, the other two girls weren't even doing shit. I just took a bite out of a biscuit. They're talking about they're being distracted, they're not listening, they need to leave, they need to be out of here, all like literally a big deal. So when security came to come get us, at this point I'm pissed off because y'all been trying me all motherfucking morning. So security comes, I'm like, so what's the problem? Like, at this point I'm loud in the back because y'all done pissed me off. So I'm like, what's the problem? I'm not bothering anybody. Nobody was turned around because I took one bite out of some food. You are wilding right now. Like, I don't understand what is your issue. Miss Albert's just, well, bitch, shut the fuck up. So she doing that or whatever, and security's trying to get me and the other two girls to leave. And at this point the other two girls are piping up too because they didn't even do shit. They like, what's the issue? Y'all been on our ass all morning. So we get out in the hallway. We got in the hallway and all hell broke loose. I am literally fussing security out. Like, you know, I don't understand. We are not doing anything. You know, she's trying to be petty, and that's why she was trying to get us to not eat our food when we was in the break room. We could have ate our food in the break room. I take one bite, now y'all up my ass. I'm not here for it. So I'm going off, and my friend beside me is going off too. I'm just gonna tell y'all my friend's name because I know she doesn't care. Her name is Poe. We're supposed to tell the story together, but we just have not been able to get together to tell the story. But Poe going off too. And they were like, well, y'all need to leave for the day, y'all need to clock out, y'all need to leave for the day. And we like, no, because literally we're almost at the end of the semester, you guys. Everything in cosmetology goes by hours. I am not about to clock out and miss a whole half a day of school, and then y'all gonna be trying to tell me when it's time for me to be done and graduate or whatever the fuck that I didn't complete my hours. So am I still gonna get my hours if I clock out because y'all tell me to clock out for some stupid shit? No. And that was my issue, and that is what I was going off in the hallway about. I'm like, I'm not clocking out. We almost at the end of the semester. We literally had maybe like 2 more weeks till we graduated. You want me to clock out and have to make up possibly 5 hours? And when am I gonna make it up? When am I gonna make up these 5 hours if I clock out? When am I gonna make these up? We got 2 more weeks left. No, little baby not clocking out for shit. You got me bent. They finally get us to clock out because our supervisor, Miss Camille, is like, look, we'll figure this out. We'll talk about it. It'll be okay. Just clock out for me today. We will talk tomorrow. We can figure this out. Y'all just take some time, go home, chill, and just, you know, get yourself together because y'all really upset right now. Blase, blase. So cool. We all clock out. We go home for the rest of the day. We irritated as fuck. So the next day, we had essentially, so when all that happened, it brought attention to the fact that Miss Maya was trying to get the test completed before the actual test. It also brought out attention to the fact that she'd been doing a lot of messy shit. And she literally, the way that she turned on us, y'all, she told Miss Camille that we was being so disrespectful and this, that, and the third, just like dragging us under the bus. Wrote a whole letter to the what was it, I can't remember what part of administration, but wrote a letter to administration about the incident, reported the incident, wrote a whole letter, and was basically dragging us, me specifically, dragging the fuck out of us, talking about we were so disrespectful and disruptive and we were ignoring her authority and all this other stuff, and she just doesn't understand why we weren't complying and all this other, just like literally had put so much dip on the chip. There was not that much dip on the chip. She literally filled that chip up, bitch. Like, I was like, when I read the report, I was like, wow, you are really fake as hell. Like, wow, like, I'm just, Miss Maya, wow, bitch. I was tight. We had to have a meeting. All 3 of us individually had to have meetings with the, I don't know what they're called, but they're basically the people in charge of, if you get in trouble at school, because we are at a community college. So at this point, we were going to, outside of the cosmetology school, we had to go to the people who do all the, like, if you get in trouble for the college, okay, for the college. So at this point, I'm really pissed and I'm really amping. I'm really freaking out because I'm like, bro, I'm supposed to graduate in 2 weeks. And if this bitch is the reason that I can't walk across this motherfucking stage, bitch, all hell finna break loose. I don't know how, I don't know what, I don't know who, but everybody finna get it in this hoe, okay? But Denzel, you gonna do this to me? Bitch, you playing. So when we went in the meeting, so all three of us individually had different times we had to meet with the board and have this meeting about the incident and what happened and all this other shit, right? So when I go into the meeting, and this is where I was able to read the letter that Miss Maya had wrote them, because they read it to me. So they read me the letter and she just dragging it, boy. She dragging it. I'm like, wow. I'm literally sitting in that meeting like, wow, bitch. Of course I can't say that because this is the board. I'm a bitch trying to graduate. So I'm just like, but in my head I'm like, wow, bitch. Oh. Wow, bitch. They are reading this letter to me and it just makes me sound so disrespectful and so just like I'm like a problem student. Well, we have never had an issue with this teacher ever. This was our girl, yo. So they basically, after we had that meeting, they're like, okay, well, we're just gonna, you know, take in on the information that we have and we'll let you all know how we're gonna proceed with everything and what will happen after this. And I'm shook, boy. Like, when I say I'm shaking in me boots, okay, like I am nervous because again, this is right before graduation, a bitch trying to graduate, and I'm trying to get up out of there. I'm trying to get my license. I'm trying to get on about my life, and I don't want to end up not being able to graduate. Like, who wants to end up doing that? And especially not over nothing stupid. Basically, what ended up happening was we come back after this meeting, and when we came back to school the next day, Miss Maya didn't come into school, or the day after, or the day after that, or the day after that. So at this point, everybody is like, yo, like, what happened to Miss Maya? Like, what's going on? Including us, because we don't know what's going on. We know the situation that happened, but we don't know as far as like what they decided to do, but we're kind of getting an idea because she's not showing up for work. Turns out the board had ended up firing her because she had several complaints on her from previous incidents with students, with other teachers, etc. And this was just the icing on the cake. And again, I had been ignoring all the signs, so you know, that was my fault, but this was the icing on the cake, and they ended up letting her go. I don't even want to say we got her fired because she got herself fired, because she didn't have to do all that petty extra stuff. Because basically when Miss Alba had got security on us, Miss Maya was out there amping it too, like on some like, oh yeah, they need to go, they need to get out of here, they need to clock out. And actually no, with security, why security came was because Miss Alba came and she had an issue, and Miss Maya had come in the room and she had told us to clock out. And I was like, I'm not clocking out. What am I clocking out for? Unless you can give me a reason for why I need to clock out, I'm not clocking out. And that was how the other girls was feeling too. So then that's when security came, and then that's when we went off. But essentially it just was not needed. It could have been handled way better, but she wanted to be petty and it ended up backfiring, and she got herself fucking fired. So yeah, so that's the story of how our teacher ended up getting the boot. Let me know if y'all can relate, if y'all have a crazy story like this where that happened to you in school or wherever, at a job, wherever else. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button again, turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in my next video. Check out these black owned brands I'm about to show you. Check out my jewelry line and accessory line, and the song that's about to start playing because that shit fire. So yeah, you guys, I'll see y'all in my next one.
You have my heart, all bloody and covered in gut tongue. The baby you tore me apart. Now who gonna set you back up, huh? Thought you left me with a scar. Thought you would give half of your love back. Left me alone in the dark. Now I gotta take from the next one. I'll give you all of my soul. I know I fucked up from the start, I keep on pouring these fucks. I'm just trying to pour my heart, If you see your man's on the ground and you don't pick him up, you are up now. I hate it when no one's around. Oh, I hate all these pills that I pop. I said I would